Hello and welcome to the Honeybees Women Empowerment Show, and I am your host JC.
And I am Marsha.
My favorite Marsha.
Marsha.
You know, back in the and I'm aging myself. Back in the 70s or 60s, well, I saw it in the 70s. There was a sitcom about an alien who landed on planet Earth. And the title of the show was My Favorite Martian.
Oh.
So I'm going to call you, instead of saying my favorite Martian, I'm going to call you my favorite Marsha.
I never heard about that though.
Of course not. You probably were not born there.
Or maybe I was born already, but I'm still a little girl.
Maybe, who knows? Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But I am more ancient than you are.
Okay. No worries, that's only numbers.
So, you know, it's fun right now to talk about Pinoy terminologies, or for those of you who don't know the slang word Pinoy, it means Filipino.
Yes.
A lot of us Filipinos, we call each other Pinoys.
Pinoys.
Yes.
Right. Just
So-
to make it slang, right? For
Yes.
sure.
So later on, we're going to talk about a very controversial topic, but right now we're just going to talk about some fun Pinoy terminologies.
Terminologies, right.
Okay, so let's start with Juthander.
Oh, what is that?
So in the you know, the gay Filipinos have invented their own vocabulary, their own words, so that other people won't understand it.
Yeah.
And it's almost like they speak in codes to each other. So Juthander means a person that's getting old.
Oh,
Yeah.
thunder.
Thunder, matanda, like the word matanda. Instead of saying matanda, they say Juthander.
Oh, okay.
For those of you who don't know Tagalog, so the word matanda means old.
Juthander. So remember that
Yes,
some
Juthander.
gay will call you Juthunders. You know what does it mean now?
Okay, do you know the word kalurki?
Just like crazy.
Yes.
Yay!
Yay!
Yeah, absolutely. You see, I know. I know
1
a little
point.
more. 1 point. So I have a story about regarding and that
Terminology.
because when I was talking to my sister, that was a couple days ago.
Mm-hmm.
I said Maritas.
Oh, yes.
And she was laughing and she said, what does it mean? I said, Maritas is just like talking, spreading rumors or gossiping other people. I said,
Yes.
she was laughing and I said, okay, how about Sharon? You know what that's
Well, before we move on to Sharon, because you know,
Maritas.
here in America, we coin a phrase for some biatch who goes to the stores and always complaining, and then she calls the manager. I want to talk to your manager right now. This is completely unacceptable. So here in America, we call them a...
Marita?
No.
What is that?
It starts with the letter K. Let me hear it.
Karen!
Oh my gosh. It took a while. But we got there eventually.
So in US we call it Karen.
Karen, yeah,
In
but
the Philippines we
but-
call it Maritas.
but not really, because Marites is not a Karen. A Marites backbites and gossips.
Mhm. Oh,
Well,
okay.
Karen confronts. Yes.
Okay.
So that's what
That's
what
different.
a Karen does.
But it's almost similar, right?
Yes, yes. So what else? Give me another terminology.
Sharon?
What does Sharon mean?
Those when you go to a party and you have this bag where you put all the food after the party to take it home. That we call it Sharon.
Oh. And you know why they call it Sharon, right?
I know they just
No, because of the song. Here we go again. We have to explain because I'm going to transition into Filipino. So when we go to parties and then when we take home stuff, we wrap it
Uh-huh.
And in Tagalog, when you wrap something, is balot, balutin.
Yeah.
So they start singing the song, Balutin mo ako sa lilim na. That's why.
I think, balutin mo ako sa liwanag ng iyong pagmamahal.
And then it stops because we're wrapping the food to take it home.
That's where they get that Sharon.
Yes, Sharon.
Okay, do you know any other term?
Let's see. I know there's so many.
There's
Another word that Filipino, the gay Filipinos have invented. Chugi. Chugi. Sometimes chugi means dead, or you're gonna be dead soon, or somebody who got humiliated. That's chugi.
Oh, chugi.
Yeah.
Okay. Chugi.
Yes.
Yeah, I know chugi is expiring.
Chugi means they're dead. They're basically dead meat.
Just like, hey, you're
Okay, what else is there?
Okay, well, regarding a marites, in other words in the Philippines is mare, what is the latest? That's how it does it.
Yeah.
Then we have also maricon.
American in Spanish actually means fag.
Oh.
Yeah, so
And
it's
when they call you maricon, when they say maricon in the Philippines is mare confirm.
okay. Okay, so there is a smelly Spanish word that the Filipinos love using it. La mierda. In Spanish it means turd. It means shit, basically.
Oh,
And in the Filipinos took that word when they say la mierda. It means that they want to go out with their friends, to watch a movie or something.
La mierda is kind of similar to a Tagalog word, just like let's go, la mierda.
Yeah, la mierda. La mierda, yeah. But it's actually a bad word in Spanish. So don't ever say that in front of a Spanish-speaking person, because they might think that you're actually talking about a piece of shit.
Regarding on the Spanish word, just like the food, we call it the delicacy, the good food, for the dessert for Filipino, puto. In Spanish,
oh my God! But that's also a bad word in Spanish, because puto means, to put it mildly, a male prostitute.
so we make it as a food or dessert. And in other nationalities, in other language, it's bad.
So the Spanish-speaking Filipinos don't actually say puto.
What is that?
Instead of saying puto, they pronounce it poto.
Oh.
To be able
in
to
Spanish.
because they don't say puto.
Well, I remember when at my work, because we had a lot of Mexican in there, and then, hey, you wanna try? You wanna try the puto? And they say, what?
What did you just say?
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
We had just had a sign for a 2 minutes break, so we will be right back.
Before we're going to on a break, we have a very controversial topic, and this is about the latest Miss Philippine winner, the first Black Miss Philippines, and there's a lot of controversy behind her skin colors. I'm not saying that all Filipinos hate her. Obviously, she has a lot of fans, but then some are raising their eyebrows.
Yes.
And on that note, we will be back.
And we will tackle that topic. We'll be right back.
Traditional TV is going away. Hollywood is starting to fade. People are demanding real stories from real people. Our voices are now being heard in our own way. Podcasts, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok Live are becoming the norm. Internet TV has now reached the highest demand in human history. Social media shows, is now the new media of the century.
Hi, I'm Deacon T with Modern Word Ministries. It's great to be with you today. Just a short little promo for our show. Every Sunday morning we have service, and you can follow us at 10 a.m. Pacific Time on modernwordministries.org. And if you missed us or you want to see some of our older messages, go ahead and check us out on socialmediashows.com every single morning at 9 a.m. It's a great way to kick off your day, get a little bit of the word in you, get something uplifting, get you started off on your way. You know, if you're looking for prayer or you need some help, reach out to us. If you go to our website, again, that's modernwordministries.org, you can interact with me via telephone, via DM, text message, whatever you want. I'll get right back to you. So if you need prayer, you need help, you just need somebody to talk to, Modern Word Ministries is here for you. We are your church in the community. So until you see you next time, be blessed, everybody. Bye-bye.
I was not ashamed of the hatred that I had to bear. I shared it with them. They just didn't know. From their point of view, I was just some savage crusader, devil sent by a country of devils to kill. And that's what I did.
So you just
And welcome to the Honeybees Women Empowerment Show. And for those of you wondering what I'm doing in a women empowerment show, well, I was raised by a single mom, and I think, well, I not only think, but I know that she was a very empowered and strong woman to be able to handle the pressures of being a single mom. And that's why I'm here. It's to celebrate women of power. Yes. And here joining us in the second segment is Danya Thomas. Yay. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for joining us.
Welcome. It's such a pleasure.
Yes.
Yes.
I love everything. Love the hair, love the top, the leggings, and the shoes.
Thank you.
Love everything.
Well, we're women of power. So power is our second nature, is my second nature, but I still don't deny my feminine energy.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
Very important.
It's actually it's a good thing to combine femininity and power, because then you become fierce and fabulous.
Yes.
That's what happens.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So,
We're back.
transitioning
Yes.
into our controversial topic. Recently, Chelsea Manalo, Miss Philippines, just won. But the controversy behind her, and I've seen this a lot of YouTube, is that she is the first black Filipina
Yep.
to ever win. And the Philippines is not known. I'm sorry to say this, I'm not putting anybody on blast, but it's the reality. It's not known to celebrate people that have dark skin. Because we've already discussed this in another previous episode of Honeybees, wherein we spoke about, if you go to the supermarket and the grocery stores in the Philippines, you'll see an aisle filled with bleaching cream and bleaching soap. I mean, it's crazy. Why can't we just, accept the color, the skin color that the Lord has given us?
Yes.
I'm this color and it's fine. And one more thing before talking about Chelsea Manalo is that where was I going with this? See, it's all that Benadryl that I took a while ago. It's making my thought process disappear.
Just blocking all.
I hate it. I
Yeah.
hate this. I had major allergies before this. But So that's what they, deal with, in the Philippines. And one more thing about Filipinos here in America, and most especially here in Vegas, because the heat in Vegas is super intense.
Yes.
It's beyond intense. And some of them react, oh, what happened to you? Your skin became dark. And I notice that's a very typical Filipino thing to say.
Yes.
And I do not say it at all
Yeah.
because to me personally, it's very insulting and offensive. So what does that mean if the color of my skin, darkens? And am I less than? Am I inferior than anyone? The last time I checked, I still had my intelligence. And the way I was
Exactly.
brought up.
Yes.
Which is the most important thing.
Yeah, you're right about that. And the part is, in the Philippines, color of your skin is a really big deal in
And it's mainly because, and once again, I'm not putting anybody on blast. It's the Spanish colonial mentality. It's
Yes.
been ingrained into the minds, and it's like what I was talking to you last night on the phone. That the dark-skinned Filipinos are very different from the African Americans, the black. Where here you fight for equality, you fight for your rights, you fight for acceptance, and if they don't give that, guess what? Another thing is coming. In the Philippines, it's different. The dark-skinned Filipinos are very subservient and almost to the point that it's okay for them to receive that discrimination, and always with their head bowed down low. And transitioning to this topic with Chelsea Manalo, there's a lot of backlash on the internet. Oh, why did she win? Like, she's too dark, blah blah blah. But I love the fact that the audience,
really.
they saw her beauty. Even one Boy Abunda, he is a very famous journalist and interviewer in the Philippines. When he saw Chelsea in person, he was amazed, and she said, "My God, you really are beautiful. You are beautiful." Her eyes, nose, her high cheekbones, everything. She looked like a goddess. So, I mean, what say you about all this, discrimination in a third world country?
Well, growing up here in the United States, originally from New York, I will have to say, in New York, I never experienced racism because New York City is a melting pot.
Right.
So, people knew I was a light-skinned black person. It was never an issue until I moved to the West Coast, to Las Vegas. It becomes an issue because I've been told, "Oh, you're not black. Oh, you're not black." I'm like, excuse me, I am.
Yeah.
And proud to have been raised as an African American woman.
Right.
But in a culture, where we embrace like my legs are a little lighter than my arms and face. We embrace ethnicity. We embrace
yes.
dark to light. My family, my grandmother had blonde hair, blue eyes, but we were raised to be proud of who we are.
Exactly.
And yes, to say, I mean, when I got here, I could have said, I'm not black, I'm mixed. I have 30% Irish. Which I do, 30% Irish, 30% Nigerian. I have 30% Native American, 10% Sierra Leone. And I was proud. I'm proud, still am. But the skin color, like I said, I've experienced racism from my own people.
Right, yeah.
From my own people,
that's
because
exactly.
I'm not dark enough. And that never bothered me. Like I said, until I came to Las Vegas, it was kind of like thrown in my face. Well, like, you're not part of us.
Wow.
And which is so ridiculous. I never heard that till I came here. Like I said, you know, we're used to in New York. We're used to. I had a friend growing up in high school. She had a blonde afro, and you couldn't tell her she wasn't African American. And she, from far away, she looked like a white woman with a blonde afro.
Right, right.
But you couldn't do that in New York. No. We're proud of who we are. Till I came here, and so, like I said, we are too much hung up on skin color, because skin color should not define who I am.
Yes,
It shouldn't define who you are.
Right.
Shouldn't define who you
I'm
are.
about to tell that.
Look, you and I are about the same complexion.
Exactly. Right.
You know, and I was raised to see dark-skinned people as beautiful. I was never
Absolutely.
raised to see dark-skinned people as ugly or too ethnic looking. Just the opposite. I went out with dark-skinned black men, but here I was told, well, a lot of
different.
black men don't like light-skinned women. I'm like, what the heck?
And I
It's
noticed
the
that.
most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, so piggybacking on what you just
And I'm
said.
just speaking from my heart.
Right.
And
Which is true, though.
Yes, yeah.
yes.
So piggybacking with you just said, I was in my workplace, and my coworker was African American, and he saw an African American guy walk past him, and he criticized him for having like a darker skin complexion.
Did he really?
And he said, "My God, he's really black." And I couldn't believe that I was hearing this. I could not, I was like, yeah.
And the man could have been African.
The man could have come from Africa or Senegal, a part of an Asian country where everybody is dark skinned, because they're much closer to India and Pakistan.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
and so
yes.
yeah, I mean it's very sad. Yeah, and
It's so sad. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So sad.
And
And in regards to our topic, hopefully the winning of Miss Chelsea Manalo, hopefully that will change how the people in the Philippines look on the skin color of
yeah,
people.
so Chelsea Manalo, since she won the Binibining Filipinas, which means Miss Philippines in English, is slated to compete
Yes.
in this year's Miss Universe.
Miss Universe.
I hope she wins.
Yeah, she will
to-
be the
to prove-
representative of the Philippines.
To prove a point.
Yes,
Yeah, I hope she
awesome.
wins to prove a point in
Yes,
the
exactly.
Philippines to
Yes.
just stop this nonsense. And once again, I'm not putting anybody on blast. Actually, my family in the Philippines, on my mother's side, they're Spanish Filipinos. And when I go to the gatherings, I'm really the only native Filipino looking one. The rest are Caucasian looking.
Yes.
Yeah.
From Spain.
Yeah.
We're
from
proud.
Spain.
Yes.
We're proud of our skin.
Yeah, and I'm so proud of my ethnicity that I even said, Ilocano is where I come from, Ilocos.
Yes.
So I always say to the Filipinos that I meet here in the States, I say, I'm a GI. Oh, really? Like a genuine Ilocano.
Oh.
And then, of course, they start laughing.
I thought it's a
They-
GI.
No.
I was about to.
Yes.
I'm proud of where I came from, and I love the food. I know some of you don't like the anchovies in liquid form, but I do on hot rice. Bagoong,
Oh, the
darling.
bagoong, yeah.
Bagoong, darling. You've forgotten.
Unfortunately, I cannot eat that anymore. I just recently get allergy with that, but I
That-
love it.
That's another whole episode of why she is allergic to bagoong.
Well, I got to tell you, the Filipino food is the BOMB, is the bomb.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah.
Seasoning, what you guys do to the pork and to the lumpia?
Lumpia, yeah.
Oh my
Different
goodness,
kind of recipe,
noodles.
right?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, the food is just outstanding.
Thank you.
Outstanding
Thank
food.
you. Love it.
Well, the adobo, some of us Filipinos, we cook it really well.
With
You
adobo.
mentioned the pork.
Yes.
So we married. I know I digress and go on to another, but don't worry, we'll transition back. Yeah.
Fine.
So this, it's either you can cook using chicken or pork.
Yes.
So a good Filipino cook will marinate that thing the entire night in the fridge with bay leaves, with peppercorn, with black salted beans, with vinegar and soy sauce, and tons of garlic. I know somebody behind the camera does not like garlic. I remember that to this day. But I'm Mr. Garlic.
Yes.
Me too.
Me
I love it.
too.
I love garlic. I love
miss
garlic.
I
garlic
like it.
too. But we got to figure out how we can get garlic to smell good on our breath. How do we how do we lead into this conversation?
Yeah, because we're talking about, you love the Filipinos
What's that?
and you love the Filipino food, and that's
Oh my
I'm pretty
goodness,
sure
yeah.
that Chelsea loves eating adobo pork as
For
well.
sure.
Oh,
But like
For sure.
sparingly, to keep that Miss Universe figure.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm so proud of this young lady running for the
Miss Universe.
Miss Universe.
Yeah.
That's gonna, and you know what? I'm not to talk politics, but also with our vice president who's appointed to run for office.
Kamala
as well.
Harris. Yeah.
Yes. She's a woman of color, which, and we're not talking politics.
No, we are
We're
not talking politics at all.
But
Yeah.
that is a first
Yeah.
for a woman of color, and I'm actually proud to know that. And
Yes.
again, not talking politics, but that she would be appointed and be elected, not elected, but positioned into that so-called position. And yes, we have a voice in this country because we African Americans, we built this country. We built it with our bare hands as slaves, and which has had a negative impact on us.
Yes.
Where you had, and this is where the color thing comes in, you have the slave mentality here, where the house blacks, I don't want to use the N-word because I was taught don't use that
No.
N-word. That's where I was raised. Me and my cousins, we were all raised the same way, and the people that I grew up around. But as a house slave, you were light skinned and you were
Right.
worked in the house with the master,
Mm-hmm.
serving him food or cleaning. And as the field slave, you were of darker hue.
Right.
Because the light-skinned people had the privileges because they were mulatto.
Yes,
They
that's
had certain-
exactly what
Yes,
the word
and which
that's
is
used,
wrong,
mulatto.
which was set our people on a negative path where the dark-skinned people, as African American, started to resent the light-skinned people.
And then another.
Where it was wrong because
Mhm.
that was years ago. Get over it.
Yes. So
Get over it.
I think we're going on a commercial break right now,
Okay.
and we will be right back for more of that controversial topic.
Yes.
Don't go away.
And welcome to the next exciting episode of
Arena War. fresh batch of institutionalized gladiators fighting for their freedom.
Ready, here we go.
You guys heard Perez?
Yes, smell that.
Get back!
Those on the line. The parole board has offered you a ticket out. Win Arena Wars, win your freedom. 7 arenas with 7 of the most vicious killers the world has seen in the last decade. You make it out alive, you get to go home.
Luke Bender.
You're an innocent man.
Innocent man can mean big ratings.
I'll be watching.
I think it's time to audition Mr. Bender.
No!
What was your last physical? Cell block shower this morning. Oh, yeah.
You ready for this? Impressive showing out there tonight. You're the new fan favorite.
Are you with me? Cutie pie back for the kill.
If you want to live through this, we have to work together. I'm watching you.
Smile for the camera, thug life.
Wow!
It's showtime!
We have to finish this.
Come on!
Doesn't sound much like rehabilitation, does it?
Welcome to social media shows. Have you been watching social media shows recently? Of course you have. We have been live streaming for 4 years across social media platforms. We produce over 70 shows with over 1,000 episodes. In the process, we've helped over 100 creators realize their dreams and start their own show. We give platforms to promote your business. If you are an artist, if you have an event, if you are entrepreneurs, or if you have a story. If you haven't done it yet, go ahead and subscribe and follow us on major social media platforms. And if you have a great idea of a show, join us. Social media shows can help you produce and live stream your own show. Let us help you make your dream become a reality.
Got Films is a full-service production company that provides motion picture quality content and production services for use in the film and TV industry. Looking for a seasoned crew, high-quality equipment, or other production services for your film, TV, commercial, corporate convention, sports, news, or interview project? Your search stops here. Some of our projects include NASCAR, American Restoration, Pawn Stars, Counting Cars, Top Chef, BattleBots, Forge and Fire, and Street Outlaws. We have also produced over 60 feature films and documentaries. We're ready for all your needs. Whatever your project, whatever your budget, big or small, Got Films got you. GotFilms.com.
Traditional TV is going away. Hollywood is starting to fade. People are demanding real stories from real people. Our voices are now being heard in our own way. Podcasts, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok Live are becoming the norm. Internet TV has now reached the highest demand in human history. Social media shows is now the new media of the century.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
And we're still on the topic regarding Chelsea Manalo, the Miss Universe 2024. 2024.
2024.
2024. I'm
It's like-
going back.
Like a fast forward in the future, 2014. Oh my God.
2024
Did we time
Miss
travel?
Universe in the Philippines.
I would like to go on time traveling. That's another topic. But anyhow, so we're talking about diversity, ethnicity, and skin color, and the controversial backlash, racial backlash with Chelsea Manalo. And Danya just saw a picture of hers, and what do you think about Chelsea?
Oh, she's gorgeous. As we say in New York, she's gorgeous.
She's gorgeous.
She's a gorgeous girl.
Yes.
But yes, getting back to that, I think this is going to enlighten your people to start accepting.
Yes.
That's right.
That caramel colored, tan, brown, black is beautiful.
It is.
Created.
Yes.
Why else will people sit in the hot sun? Well, white people sit in the hot sun to get a tan. Color is beautiful.
Most especially in Europe, that's a big thing. A lot of Caucasian Europeans love going to Ibiza, or I got corrected yesterday, Ibiza, to just soak up the sun, run to the water and all that. They love doing that.
Absolutely.
They love doing that. And going back to Chelsea, I actually heard in one of her interviews with Boya Bunda, she said she suffered a lot from discrimination when she was a girl. She would come home crying every single day because her classmates would belittle her and they would put her down. But I'm so happy right now that she hurdled all those obstacles.
Yes.
She went against all odds, and now she's Miss Binibining Filipina. She's Miss Philippines.
Yeah,
and I love that about
she
her.
is so brave to go on the stage.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. Trust on her beauty and her brain, everything.
Yes.
On her.
Yes.
And the people, will realize. And one more thing that I didn't disclose to our viewers is in the Philippines, they always associate light-skinned Filipinos with wealth. They're the the wealthy ones, the ones with the big businesses, the movers and shakers. So either you are a light-skinned Spanish Filipino or Chinese. There are a lot of Chinese businessmen over there. As a matter of fact, if we didn't have the Chinese people back home, I don't think there would be any businesses.
They brought a lot of business.
The whole Philippines will collapse. The whole infrastructure will collapse without them. But anyhow, that is what is happening in the Philippines.
Yeah.
So, and once again, I hope that she wins.
Yeah.
The Miss Universe beauty title.
And it's gonna be a big victory. It will change, hopefully, how they look to those have a dark skin.
There's a part of me that's saying it's probably not going to change things, but it will for the next generation of Filipinos.
Yes.
But not the Filipinos now, because as they say, you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Yes.
Or they're like set in their ways and stuck in their old.
Yes.
I mean, if anything, they'll probably resent it, or their heads are gonna turn 360 degrees and kaboom.
Yeah, hopefully in the future they will change their mind.
Yes, for the next generation.
Yeah, and a lot of Filipino has a dark skin. We're gonna accept who they are, what's their skin, and don't care about this whitening products.
Yeah, I mean, this is the reason why Vicky Bello, she is almost like the only dermatologist in the Philippines that became really, really famous and super rich, because people go to her clinic to have their skins lightened.
Is that right?
Vicky Bello.
And even change their body figure.
Well, never mind the body figure, but to lighten the pigment. Like that woman became so rich out of that. And Vicky Bello, if you're listening, you know, we love you, nothing wrong.
Yes.
I mean, what you're doing. But I heard through the grapevine that she was one of the few that got married at the Paris Opera House.
Ooh.
So yes, I understand what you're saying, and the implication is quite sad.
Yeah.
Because some people were desperately wanting to change their skin color. That's why they spend untold money.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
So sad.
Yep.
You know, I do, I have associated and worked with a lot of Nigerians, and they actually do use a product to lighten the skin. Now, I never heard of that, like I said, until I moved here. I never heard of skin lightening cream. Maybe 30 years ago they might have advertised stuff like that, but I never thought that actually that skin lightening cream would actually work.
Oh, I hate
Yes,
it. I hate it.
They
Does
also
it
have
really
this
work?
injection into the vein.
Oh my goodness.
Glutathione is it called?
Right?
Glutathione.
Glutathione. Yeah.
It's an
Interesting.
IV or it's a dextrose that they're gonna put in.
But I heard that it has a bad effect on your body because it could affect your liver, and that's.
If you have it too much.
I
If you
mean,
have it.
I became a lighter skin color, but now my kidney is affected. Now I have to go to dialysis. And, well, not me, but I'm just...
Okay, yes.
So, yeah, and going back to the bleaching stuff, I remember when I was younger. Not that I'm old. No, younger.
Why is our producer smart? She was that little smile on her face. She's
That's what keeps me going here on social media with the director smiling behind the camera.
That's why I
why.
told him earlier regarding that's only numbers. We're still young.
Yes, we are still young.
Yes,
So,
we are.
when I was younger, a family member of mine, and this person shall remain nameless, and I'm not even going to do a gender reveal, told me that I needed to lighten my skin in order for me to look like my other family members. And then she gave me a bleaching soap. And then I used it. Guess what happened to me? I developed allergies, and this is like TMI, on my groin. And it became unbearably itchy, skin dried up, and I kept on scratching the hell out of that thing. That when my mom took me to a skin doctor, this is gonna be funny.
My God.
She knelt down and looked at it. Of course, my pants, down, and she looked at it, and then she looked at me, and first I'm gonna say it in Tagalog, and I'm gonna translate it in English. She looked at that thing and said, "Kinamot mo ata," which means you scratched it.
Kinamot.
Kinamot means to scratch.
Kinamot.
Yeah. And she looked at me. And of course she told me to stay by the window and spread my legs in the window to air it out. And I was, yes, and so I was like there for 1 week, living my best life and allowing, like the candle in the wind.
Oh my God! How humiliating! How did you feel?
Well, luckily there were no people on the second floor. I'm just.
Now here you would have got arrested for indecent exposure.
Yes, but I'm so glad that my grandfather's house is secluded from everything. It's like a fortress, so nobody saw me.
Yes. Oh my goodness!
So you see, that's what happened to me, because through the insistence of one of my family members, it didn't lighten my skin.
Well, it depends into a person. Maybe it works to another person, but it doesn't work.
It depends upon the skin.
Yeah, it depends.
And
on
the chemistry
Yes,
of the
exactly.
skin and that chemical that you're
Yeah,
putting.
it's not because it's okay to the other person. It's gonna be okay to you too. You have to try into your, not directly into your body. Maybe you can try it into your hands or anywhere.
So any last word before we wrap it up? We're doing a Sharon because we're wrapping it up. Balutin mo ako. So any last words about our topic for today?
I love your selection of topic because this is a very sensitive topic.
We're stirring the pot right here.
Yes, because the skin color, I think, is a universal thing where it's been taught that black is bad or dark skin is bad. And I'm glad we are addressing this, and hopefully maybe it'll open our minds up to be less conscious of skin color.
Yes.
You know?
My fellow Filipinos, are you listening
to
to
be
what?
less conscious? Because,
Wake up and pay attention.
and then also it's called self-love. It's called self-love, loving the skin that God gave you.
Yes.
And you know what? And also improving the body, the temple that God gave us, to make our body as best as possible. And that also with makeup. Makeup is a great thing, but not to change your skin color or not to change your looks, but to enhance what God gave us as women.
Perfect.
That's another topic. When you look in the mirror and you have makeup on and you dress nice, I don't care what anybody says. You can have natural hair, or you like to wear your hair natural as African American man or woman, African American woman. But you know what? My pastor told me a long time ago, ladies, what's wrong with makeup? Beautiful dark-skinned women, beautiful light-skinned women that are out there in my congregation. What's wrong with looking the best that God has given you, enhancing it?
Yes.
Because when you look in the mirror, you see a beautiful face, it makes you feel good.
Yes.
But not to alter the color of your skin, because that means you're ashamed of who you are.
Right. And not to cut you off, but like any last words from you, Marsha?
Well, just love what we have right now. Just like what she said, if you want to improve it, but not changing totally or putting chemical into our body.
Yes.
So I leave you now with learning to love yourself. It is the greatest love of all. And that was it for another wonderful episode of Honeybees.
Yes.
See you next time.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Remember, love yourself.